So, with regards to this Bhagavata Hamsam, which is now who is this Bhagavata Hamsam, what is the story behind, and so on, I'll tell you. So, there was a person called Shankaran Nambudri who was born in a very, very poor family. Now, the story that I am telling you is not an ancient story also. The person was born just in the last century, 1920s, 1921 or so, I think exact, in the Kottayam district of Kerala. Very, very poor family, poor in the sense they will not have even, you can say, like one day meal also will not be there. A very, like the child itself, the Shankaran Nambudri who we call today, the child itself had to undergo a very, very bad childhood. So, like, if food is not there, doesn't mean that they could eat something and survive, like a malnourishment kind of a stage wherein they didn't have food, water, nothing. So that was the state of this person. Later, the same person goes on to become Bhagavata Hamsam. He was the one who takes care of this Malliyoor Mahaganapathi temple and so on. So, what is the story behind this particular person is? So, first with regards to this temple, now Malliyoor is a place again near Kerala only, near the Kottayam district only in Kerala. Malliyoor Mahaganapathi temple. It is there in a town, I think, called Kurupantara. I hope the pronunciation is correct. It's in the Kottayam district of Kerala. Now, how this Malliyoor Mahaganapathi, how the name comes in, is it is because Malliyoor, this is the village name or of the main priest who is this Shankaran Nambudri. Now, Shankaran Nambudri had throughout his life, he has dedicated to the worship of this Malliyoor Mahaganapathi temple and to the recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam. And it is said that throughout his life, this Malliyoor, this Shankaran Nambudri has done about 2500 Bhagavata Saptahams. So if you think over deeply, 2500 in the sense, roughly about 35 to 36 years of his life, he has just been chanting and reciting, narrating Srimad Bhagavatam. And so basically the recitation of Bhagavatam and of course its meaning, that is Bhagavata Saptahams, not even simply the recitation, 2500 Srimad Bhagavata Saptahams. And that too, this is not a story which has happened ancient thousands of years back. This person, like I told you, was born in about 1920-21 or so, and he has passed away in 2011, I think. So just a recent story. So what exactly is the story behind this Malliyoor Mahaganapathi? The Shankaran Nambudri is, like I told you, he was born in a very, very poor family. His entire childhood, in fact, was spent only in disease and illness, it seems, because they didn't have anything to eat, right? So malnourishment kind of things and so on. That's when roughly at the age of about 1920 or so, at that time, now the Shankaran Nambudri was very close to his mother. So that's when he feels that he goes and asks his mother, saying that I feel that there is no purpose to my life at all, because we are not doing anything, right? We are just suffering from all kinds of illnesses. Then there is nothing to live. I don't have anything to do. They have not learnt anything, not gone to school. So life has got no purpose. So that's when at that point his mother tells that you go to Guruvayur, you seek the blessings of Krishna. For us, everything is Guruvayurappan, definitely he will guide you. Saying so, she gives him a 1 rupee coin, it seems. Very, very poor condition, they didn't have anything, but still somehow she gives the 1 rupee coin. At the time, Shankaran Nambudri asks, with this 1 rupee coin, what am I going to do? From Kottayam, how can I even go to Guruvayur? It's quite far, right? So she says, you do one thing, you go by the railway track route. If you go by the railway track route, you walk the distance till some where or so, then maybe you buy a local general ticket, you move on. But at that time, Shankaran Nambudri says, even if I go by the railway track route, I have to just walk in, because with 1 rupee I cannot, even in those times also, I cannot even buy a ticket till Guruvayur, right? So that's when it is said that till listening to his mother, he walks the railway track route till Angamalyam, a place again in between. Till there he walks, it seems. From there he, like a local train or something, he picks to again to some distance he goes. From there again he walks down to Guruvayur. So it takes few days for Shankaran Nambudri to reach Guruvayur. Finally he takes the darshanam of Guruvayurappan, sheds happy tears also, because you can see when a person also, they lose some purpose in life, right? There is nothing which Shankaran Nambudri had done for the last 18-19 years, nothing, not even something to eat also. Finally, when he gets the darshanam of Guruvayurappan, he becomes very happy, he sheds happy tears. What happens later is, now this was the transformation in his life. Like for each one of us also, there are some turning points or some changing points that come in. Similarly for Shankaran Nambudri, this was a transformation. Around the Guruvayur temple, when he goes around to do a pradakshinam, it seems that there was a very, very old man who was sitting there on one side of the temple, and he had a book in his hand, a very old book, almost like torn, like a grantham kind of a thing. So you see pages are torn and so on. At that time, that just out of curiosity, there was no one around. Now in those times, today of course the Guruvayur temple is very crowded, this, that, so many arrangements are there. Maybe about, you say, 70, 80 years back, 100 years back, maybe the crowd was not that much, right? And that on one side of the temple, this old man was sitting, there was no one around. That's when Shankaran Nambudri goes, just out of curiosity, he goes and asks this old man, what are you doing? What is this old book and almost a torn book? What are you reading from that? That's when that old man who was there, he tells that this is nothing but Bhagavan Krishna himself who is there. The Shankaran Nambudri had not even gone to school. He cannot read anything. He cannot write anything. He does not know anything at all. That's when that old man says that this is Krishna Swarupam, he does not understand anything. Further, that old man says, are you interested in learning this? That's when he says yes. And this is nothing but Srimad Bhagavatam only. Why I said Krishna Swarupam? Because Bhagavan Krishna only, towards the end of Krishna Avataram, tells that though my Krishna Avataram has come to an end, I will ensure that I am there in the form of this book, and he immerses himself in this book. So that's how Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but Krishna Swarupam only. So Shankaran Nambudri finds this very, very interesting, and he requests this person that you please teach me this Grantham. Now he cannot read, he cannot write, only through listening. It seems that Shankaran Nambudri learns entire Srimad Bhagavatam. He learns for many months or so, he stays there, that old man also. It was like a God sent gift, right? Maybe he was sent by the Lord only, by Lord Guruvayurappan. That's when Shankaran Nambudri also learns Srimad Bhagavatam. That's how Srimad Bhagavatam was introduced in his life. After he learns that, he returns back to his own village. That's when his mother also had turned old. Now for Shankaran Nambudri, he was very, very close to his mother. So about in 3-4 months time, she was also very ill, almost on her last days also, on her deathbed. That's when she also passes away. That's when again Shankaran Nambudri feels a bit sad, saying that now I don't have any other purpose. Of course later he marries, children are there and so on, but still he feels that okay, I've lost my mother also. She was the one who told me to go to Guruvayur, and that's how all this change has happened in my life. Finally then Shankaran Nambudri, he decides, saying that now that I have learned Srimad Bhagavatam also, let me do something for my village temple. Now that village temple is nothing but this Malliyoor Mahaganapathi temple. Now this temple in those times, today it has become a very, very famous temple for both Ganesha as well as Krishna. So devotees of both Ganesha and Krishna do visit this temple. Definitely if anyone goes to that site, you should definitely go and take darshanam of this temple. It is in the Kottayam district. And that's when he decides that let it, now in those times it was a temple which was, nobody used to come and visit this temple, no worship used to be done, like a very, very dilapidated state. Like you see right, sometimes very old temples are there, nothing is maintained and so on. This Malliyoor Mahaganapathi temple was in that condition, it seems. So Shankaran Nambudri decides that this is my own village temple, I should go and do something. That's when he starts the daily puja rituals there and so on. And now he had not learnt anything, he had just learnt Srimad Bhagavatam. So in fact what he does is just he doesn't know anything regards to even all the worship and so on. What he does is like his mother used to do in their house every day, maybe some small naivedyam with whatever he had. Now again the condition was not very good, right? Or maybe normal outside whatever flowers also he could get, he used to just offer a very basic worship he used to do. And he had learned only Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's how he starts chanting Srimad Bhagavatam. He starts doing the pravachanam inside the Malliyoor Mahaganapathi temple. And slowly and steadily, a lot of people also start visiting this temple. At that time, one fine day, what happens is a person, a normal devotee, comes and visits this temple, and he sees that now, though he belonged to a Nambudri family also, he had not learnt much. Again, a very poor condition, like I told you, he didn't know anything. That's when that learned person comes and tells that he sees that okay, this person is there, maybe he can do good also. He finds out about Shankaran Nambudri. That's when he says that no, you do one thing, I will sponsor everything for you. You ensure that you complete your education, you read, write and so on, because Srimad Bhagavatam, you are doing so well, you don't even know to read and write, you just learned, listened and learned, so why not learn all the other Shastras also? That's when he becomes a very, very learned scholar due to that person's help, with the help of that person, and lot of other Shastras, this, that, Sanskrit knowledge, everything he could get in, and Shankara Nambudri becomes a very, very great learned scholar. That's when one fine day what happens is Krishna comes in the dream of this Shankara Nambudri and tells that now it is a Malliyoor is a Mahaganapathi temple, no connection of Krishna at all. So when Krishna comes in the dream of this Shankara Nambudri, he tells that no, just one thing Krishna tells that I want to be in this temple only. That too inside the temple, not in a separate Sannidhi also. That's when Shankara Nambudri keeps racking his brain saying that already a Sannidhi for Ganapati is there. How can I keep Krishna there only? I don't know. But still all that, the Prashna, Ashtamangala Prashnam that we say, all that is kept, and that's when they conclude that no, Krishna also has to be inside the temple only. Shankara Nambudri is in a state of confusion, but still he just let goes. The next day what happens is Ganapati comes in the dream of Shankara Nambudri and tells that I have a solution for your problem. Like Krishna says, you ensure that you can keep Krishna on my lap only. I will ensure that I keep Krishna there. That's how today also if you visit this temple or you see a picture of the Malliyoor Mahaganapathi temple, we can see baby Krishna, Krishna and a baby, small child form, sitting on the lap of Mahaganapathi inside this temple. That's how people come and worship. That's how this Ganapati is called as Vaishnava Ganapati, it seems, because a lot of Vaishnavism, because this Ganapati is also continuously listening to Srimad Bhagavatam only. So that's how this Ganapati also becomes Vaishnava Ganapati, and that's how Krishna sits in the lap of this Malliyoor Mahaganapathi. So that's how this story goes about. Further, like I told you, even today also you have the family of this Shankara Nambudri who is there. Of course, like I told you, in about 2011 also, he passes away. More than 90 years he has lived his life, and 2500 Bhagavata Saptahams he has done all through his life, especially in his Gramam only. That's when I say 2500, like I told you, it is almost 36 years of his life roughly that he has dedicated only for Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's how this is the story of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now this is not a story, like I told you, which has happened ancient years back, just in the last century, and about 100 plus odd years back the story has related. And in fact very great Indian leaders like APJ Abdul Kalam and so on, they have also come and visited this great scholar, it seems. So that's how a lot of things are done in this temple even today also, though. And that's how, because of his contribution for Srimad Bhagavatam, he gets his title of Shri Bhagavatha Hamsam. Lot of other rewards even by the Kurvayur Samiti, like the Puntanam Puraskaram and so on, like this many honors also he gets. Further, even today also, now this Shankara Nambudri was considered as an Avatara Purusha only, and a very, very saintly life he had led. In fact, he had his partner also, his wife also, who was there. Of course, today also you have his sons who are taking care. They are also reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. He has also taught Srimad Bhagavatam to many of his disciples are still chanting that. So he had two sons basically, and they are today also they are taking care of the Malliyoor Mahaganapathi temple. So that's how even today also the parampara that is there, the family tradition is still followed. So this is a lot of even this. Now to talk about this Malliyoor Mahaganapathi temple, there are a lot of other Naivedyams also that are offered, which are very, very special. Like you have a very unique Naivedyam. It is said that you have the Paramala. Paramala is nothing but a garland using bananas. So it is said that, or a Kadalipan, the normal banana that is there, the small one, using that it seems that a garland of about 28 bananas or so is offered to this Malliyoor Mahaganapathi, especially to be free from all kinds of obstacles, marriages and so on. In fact, it is said that this offering is done on every Friday or Tuesday for 12 continuous weeks or so, and it is said to believe that all obstacles and so on go on. Some people offer about say 1 or 2 kgs of rice or so. Then again it seems that there is also a Pushpanjali kind of a thing that is done. Every month you have Srimad Bhagavata Saptaham that is organized in memory of this Shankaran Nambudri only. And again you have the Pushpanjali that I told you, that's called the Mukkuti Pushpanjali. It is actually a medicinal plant that is there. It has got yellow flowers, and they are used for making garlands, it seems, in this Mahaganapati temple. So about 108 saplings or so you have. What happens is they are pulled with the root only, that flower that is there, the plant. It is dipped, it seems, in a mixture of ghee, fruit and sugar, what we call popularly as Trimaduram, and that is offered to Lord Mahaganapati after chanting the Mahaganapati mantram, Om Ganganapataye Namaha, also 108 times. And again, that is said to ward off all troubles, vignas also. Right? So this is all about this Malliyoor Mahaganapathi temple and this Shankaran Namboothri.